No, not the last name's not in the passport.
I was just surprised.
Yeah.
Okay. However, he may be unrecognised by a large proportion of the movie-going audience. Yeah. He's admired by other actors for being able to change his voice and his appearance, as can be seen in the image. Turn it off, please. High profile. Award-winning needs a hyphen there. I'm afraid his name is Brad, not Brat. I think Isaacs is like that. Guys, you need to stop talking over there. You're distracting me. If you're quoting from him, you need to put it in inverted commas. This can be clearly seen through the course of his career in the film industry. It's not unbelievable because that's what you're researching. Remarkable. I wouldn't call him the actor of actors. I would call him the actor's actor. Yeah, because that's what he is. He's just so admired by other actors. Right, now when we write the title of a film, it's got to be in italics. Okay, so you need to go through and make sure that every time The Prisoner of Azkaban, you don't have quotation marks around it, you put it in italics. That's how you mark out that it's a title. An apostrophe there. Godfather is one word. Right, here, you need to talk about how the challenge for Oldman in playing this character was to be a convincing villain in the early scenes and to be able to carry the transformation of the character through to being to being reliable, trustworthy, and when the character dies, and to provide a moment of huge emotional impact when Sirius Black is killed in the Ministry of Magic in whatever it is in. Okay, because you've got to focus. You're just telling the story here, and then you've got to focus on his performance and how he pulled off a very difficult job. Yeah, because in those scenes where we see him in the newspaper on the night bus or wherever it is, it's horrible. Yeah, and yet when he dies at the end, he has become, in the eyes of an audience, particularly a young audience, this this kind of trustworthy, important, character, and that's a tribute to his acting. Again, italics. Right, so here I would not start talking about Dracula and the Dark Knight here. Okay, I would go straight into talking about Sid and Nancy and saying a key role for his career was when he played Sid Vicious in Sid and Nancy, directed by Alex, whatever his name is. Create. You've got to do a spell check in here, okay? He's not the perfect replica, a convincing replica. Spot on is too slang. And again, what you're saying here is costume was important here, but his performance was widely praised for getting under the skin of a very difficult and figure who was known from news footage. Yeah, and you should have someone commenting on that. You should have a review of the film saying, blah, 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 Oldman is astonishing in that. Okay, at that point. Then you can talk about Dracula, quite right. What do you mean it's self-told?
As in, it's a big story everyone knows about Dracula.
Okay, then I would just say it's well known and has... find out how many Dracula films there have been until, so you'll be able to say, and had been filmed before Coppola decided to film it 80 times. It's probably true. This presented a real challenge for Oldman because he had to present his own version with other very well-known versions, from Nosferatu, name that film, to Christopher Lee's performances for the Hammer horror films. Okay. Right. Don't say it's not about costume and makeup. You're talking about him as an amazing actor, and yet you're saying, oh yeah, it's all about costume and makeup. All right. Talk about how, yes, he had costume and makeup, but with extraordinary skill, he managed to present a new version. And quote from a critic saying, yeah, well, Oldman's Dracula is great because, or, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, who says the presenter? Right, I want to know the name of this presenter.
No, as in that's presenter speaking. So
yeah, but who is that?
No, not in that clip. As in, that's presenter, as in me talking.
Oh, sorry, it's you. Okay. But
because it's a quote.
But who says that?
The interviewer.
Who is the interviewer? Right, so you need to put the name in there. Okay. So, blah, 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 when interviewing, blah, 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 or introducing, it sounds like an introduction rather than part of an interview, says this. I want to know the name of it. In an article, in an interview, whatever it might be, place it in time. Is RoboCop your focus film, or Dark Knight?
No, I just added that in.
Okay. Are you going to go on to talk about The Dark Knight?
Dark Knight wasn't one of my...
So what are your three films?
It was
Sid and Nancy.
Phoenix, Sid and Nancy and Dracula.
Fine, okay. That's fine. He has been able to play such diverse roles. All he needs is a good script. All he needs is costume, makeup, and a script. No, that's not all he needs. That's what he says he needs, but everybody else says no, his skill. That's what you should be aiming for, okay? Don't try and explain it away by saying there are other things. I don't think anyone is saying that this is lazy or unprofessional. I challenge you to say that, to show me someone saying that. Alex Cox needs a capital letter. Look, you've italicized. That's good. Right, give me something to back that up. I don't know what Alex Cox says about that, but I need you to tell me. So filmmakers are accommodating his acting in some way, but I need to know what Alex Cox, you need a quotation from that book. 22 seconds. Yeah, good. What does that mean?
As in the questionnaire. I haven't done that yet.
Yeah, oh, I see, okay. I like your word